The NTA is distributed as a container. This video explains how to add a NTA container image and set aliases to start container easily. You need to have a Linux system to run Docker containers. It can be a Linux host or Windows subsystem for Linux too. All the Linux distributions are supported, for example, the Debian-based Ubuntu or the Red Hat-based CentOS. Docker software should be already installed on the Linux system. And you should have two files provided by Nokia, the NTA container image and a license file. Log into the Linux system and go to your working directory. Check the local working directory. Here we have the license file and the container image. Load the Docker image from the image file. It has no repository name and tag. Assign the repository name and tag. Define an image name environment variable. Create an .nta directory. Copy the license file to the directory. This directory will be mapped to the container. Change the directory access mode so that the container can write to it. Run the container temporarily to generate a configuration file. The option T provides a pseudo typewriter device to the container, which allows input and output. The option D means detach, which lets the container works in background. The container name is temp NTA. The option V, volume, maps a file in the host to a file in the container. It also maps a host directory to a container directory. When the container writes files to the map directory, they are stored to the host directory. The option E provides an environment variable to the container. The container is started in background. This command executes the NTA config new command in the container. The option I, interactive, keeps the input device open. The script in the parenthesis provides the container ID. The NTA config new is a NTA command, which generates a new configuration file. Type your name and email address here. Choose N if you have no test case management system account. A configuration file is generated successfully, which can be used when you run the NTA in future. The configuration file is inside the container. The next command copies the configuration file to the host directory. The configuration file is available in the host since the host working directory is mapped to the container working directory. The temporary container is not needed anymore. Kill it and remove it. The next step is to define some aliases in the bash script file to enable us to start the container easily. The alias NTA starts the container and run the NTA command inside the container. The option RM automatically remove the container when it exits. The other parameters have been explained before. The alias robot starts the container and run the robot command. Run the script to make the alias effective. Try the NTA command. This is the option we used. This is the option to provide configuration file. These are all first-level command. Remember, we have used the command NTA config new. Try the robot command. It also works. In this video, we have set the host working directory, generated configuration file, created aliases to run the NTA container, and run the containers with the help option. See you in the next video.